Good afternoon, everyone. This is being filmed on Thursday. That is the 26th of December, 2024. I'm probably going to break this section into just 2 parts, and then that'll probably be the end of the video. Well, happy Hanukkah and Merry Christmas to those who celebrate. I have a ton of new yarn, a ton. Some of it is just more of what I had before, just to be able to do a sweater that I've decided to make, and I was just short on yarn for that. And I have some more, which that is something I can easily start with, and then we'll move on to my 2 FOs. These are Camellia Fiber Company's yarns. They're testing colors that she was selling in bundles. This one is a fingering, and I've already actually cast on a sweater. It's a very, I think, feminine sweater. I can't remember the name of it or the name of the person. I think her first name is Vladimira or something to that effect. It is a beautiful, like, orangey red. And I would say it's pretty solid. This is her Serene Merino Fingering, which is 100% merino wool. Not superwash. Gorgeous. And then this one, you can tell it's tonal. Like, there's especially a big difference from here to here. And this is, I believe, a sport weight. It's her sock base, right? Yes, merino sock, which is again 100% merino wool, not superwash, and this is just another testing color. And I've got 2 bundles of that mixed sweaters. Then for Christmas, I got the Bard Yarn Knits hand-dyed yarn. Cornflower is the name of it, and it's a traditional, mostly American base type. 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. It is really pretty. It has these like green, purple, and grays. Yeah, there you go. It's really pretty. And I might knit socks with it. Or something else. I'm not sure yet. And then these are obviously going to be a hat. These are Pearl Soho's Tess sock. And that is a 60% mohair, 40% silk. In saffron yellow. Really, really pretty. And this one is the Cashmerino, which is 25% cashmere, and the rest is extra fine merino wool. It's extremely soft. I think it's probably the softest yarn that I will be turning into a hat that I have tried. And I'm gonna make the Pearl Soho hat. And it's also a super pretty color, like a mustardy yellow, and it's called Warm Honey. So those are the new yarns. Other than that, I have other knitting related presents, but I'm gonna skip on that. I'm just telling you about the yarn because this is totally like, my purchases have really been the biggest thing, but then 3 more skeins also means adding more yarn to my stash, which gives me more options, which is exciting, and also means no more yarn next year. Or so I say. I hope I stick to it this time. Alright, so you can tell this is a gingerbread sweater. I told you last time about the changes I made for the collar to make it a little tighter, not so open. And the changes I've made to the sleeves are, I did 1 round of decreases, but I basically repeated knit 2 togethers for the whole round. And then I did basically the same thing for the body. Now there is one thing that I wish I had done. I could go back and do it, but I probably won't. It's not in my nature to go back unless it's extremely important, and this is not extremely important. But for my waist, this is fine at the front, but then at the back it tends to rise more. I guess it's the shoulders or something, I don't know. But I need to start making, whenever possible, short rows for the back, so that this is not an issue. And this is fine, but if I bent over or sit, you can start seeing my shirt, and I don't like that. Also, you can clearly tell where I last told you that I was going to separate my sweater basically into 2 and add a new yarn to it that's also a shade of red, but is so much softer, and I think has a little bit more fluff and a little bit more shine than the red that I used above. It also has a different twist. I believe it's 2-ply versus the one on top I think was 1-ply. The ones on top are Ovelha Negra, which is a Portuguese brand, and they are Ofélia number 110 and Vitoria number 61. This one at the bottom, it's a WOOLFOLK, and then it has like a 4 or 5 letter word after that, like tin or something extremely similar to that. I'm gonna write it below because I cannot remember. And the color of that one is Burgandy. But I do really like how it turned out. I used it basically for every Christmas related celebration this week. And yeah, I really like it. Now, today I decided to try on a tie with my shirt. And if I had a version of this sweater, or this type of sweater that was a V-neck, that would look cool. I would love that. So I can just show off a little bit of tie, and it's another way of just coordinating my colors. I have a tie on today just for fun, not for, you know, I'm not doing anything formal. I just like accessorizing every now and then and trying different looks, some more feminine, some more masculine. Yeah, just, you know, playing, seeing what I like. I showered not too long ago, so my hair is wanting to get stuck at the top. Yeah, that would be so cool. It also makes me think of Harry Potter. I don't know if you've noticed, but in the first movies where they're still wearing the traditional outfits, there's a lot of V-necks that just the color is either a completely different color or maybe the same color as the body, but they have 1 or 2 stripes separating it. And that is just like, I don't know, a classic semi-casual look that I really enjoy. I really enjoy. And I made a hat to go with it. Now, I decided to make the adult small. I had enough yarn, I think, to make the adult medium, but I wasn't entirely sure. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna try the adult small. My last hat that I made with this pattern, obviously with a different yarn, it was another one of those superwash sock plus nylon type yarns. 2 of those put together. Well, what was I saying? I started that sentence and then I forgot where it was going. Oh, this is the Gingerbread sweater by Espace Tricot. I forgot. I don't think I said that it was an Espace Tricot pattern. I got it while it was still free. But now you have to pay for it. And the hat is the classic ribbed hat, which is a pearl Soho made for that cashmerino, which is basically why I've been wanting to have that yarn. My Secret Santa did very well. Yeah, anyway, I started a sentence. Oh yes, so my previous hat, which is a superwash hat, the size is fine, but I would not have mind if it was a little bit tighter. So I thought this time, okay, I'm switching the yarn, so it won't be the same, but I wanted to try the size smaller, just to check it out. And I think that once I put these 2 together, I will knit a size smaller, I think, because this one by itself is the right size of yarn. So I would not want to knit both of that because it will make the yarn thicker, obviously. I do not want to do the adult medium with both of these, but I think I will try to do the adult small with both of these, which will make the fabric a little bit wider anyway. And I think that's going to be fine. Now for this one, it is a little tight. If I fold it 3 times, it's kind of funny. It looks like a child's hat. And I'll show you the the fabric is like. Now, Effie's hair really sticks out in this yarn because her hair, she has a lot of white hair, and this is a very dark color. So if that isn't there, please do not pay attention. But you can sort of see if it went focus. Yeah, all right. It has the green and the red together. And this is the fluffiest one from down here. You can tell the difference, I think. Yeah, so if I fold it 3 times, it looks like a child's hat. If I fold it 1 time, it can still look like a child's hat. I mean, in person, Joseph Stanley asked me who I was knitting for, possibly thinking that it was for someone else, that not me, but it is for me. But you will see, it is a little on the tight side, but it's fine, it's fine. Ignore the hair. Yep, perfect fit in a way. And I have not have it through water yet, so I think it will stretch a little bit. This is actually not that bad a size. All right, I think the small, adult small might be my size. Yep, I like it. I think the length is fine. I would not mind it to be a little longer because I like to have this further up, but I do like it to touch my eyebrows, so then I have to fold it down a little bit. Yeah, I'm not sure, like obviously not with the tie and the shirt, I don't think that looks great, but if I had a sweater, then that it brings down this look a notch a little bit, and the hat looks fine. I think with the shirt it looks kind of funny, like I don't know, I feel like I need a proper hat with a brim if I'm gonna wear a button-down shirt, if I want to look nice. Anyway, okay. Now this is obviously a top-down sweater. If you saw my video, you can presume that. It is, I think, very easy. You just have to pay attention at the short rows, like truly pay attention. Because it's just written in a different way. Pay attention to the increases over here. You can't really tell where I made mistakes. Here there is one stitch that's a little wider, and since I have a white shirt on, it's a little noticeable that there's something going on here. But yeah, under that, I think it's fine. I really like it. I really like the wool. I was kind of happy when I switched to the other red, the burgundy, that I did not have to keep pulling the grass off of the red just because of my allergies. But I do like this color combination more than this one. Yeah, and then for all of the ribbing, collar and wrists and waist, I did the green yarn doubled. Yeah, and that's it. Well, that was way faster than I thought it was gonna be. I wanted to tell you too about some cool new shoes that I have. I have 3 new pairs of shoes that I basically got myself in the last week or were gifted to me for Christmas. One of those I'm gonna have to have it changed for a wide size just because I have a very wide foot. But it is very exciting stuff. The yarn is absolutely gorgeous. I have so many plans for all this yarn. You have no idea. So many plans. Plus, I think, yeah, tomorrow, so that we have a little bit better light because the sun is starting to set, I am going to show you this dress that my brother gave me last year, that I made changes to. The changes were, they changed the shape of the dress, the length of the sleeves, but really most of the changes were just created to make the dress fit me better. The body itself was very rectangular, very long, like it hit my calves long, and it is a button-down shirt, dress thing. The sleeves were not. I think they were probably like quarter length sleeves. And basically the issues were, it was fine on my hips while I was standing, but if I was sitting down, the fabric will pull a little bit, and since it's buttons, like real buttons, that was an issue. Plus, it did not give me any cushioning for if I gained more volume at my hips. And the waist was very wide. It came with a belt, but I feel like the belts ideally should be slightly more ornamental, and then scrunching up this fabric, because my hips are so much wider than my waist, but I had the same amount of fabric at my waist. So you really had to truly scrunch up a ton of fabric to make it work. So what I did was, for the skirt, well, I'll tell you everything in order, I guess. First, I cut the length of the skirt that I wanted. I wanted it to be right about around my knees. I like it to either cover my knees or be above my knees or halfway. I guess it would depend a little bit on the occasion, but I do not like it to be way longer than my knees or shorter, significantly shorter than my knees, so I'm comfortable. Then the sleeves, I've explained this to you in a pattern I did previously, but I don't like it when sleeves stop just after my elbow. I feel like I either need to have a full-length sleeve, a short sleeve, or something that finishes right above the elbow, so that I don't have all this extra fabric that doesn't stay put, covering my elbow. So I did that. That was super easy. I did it on both sides. Then what I did was I separated the top from the bottom and created a waist. I I added basically a sash of green in the waist. I feel like I could have gone a little bit shorter. I did not need to have all that green. I definitely could have made it a little tighter, but this also gives me a little bit more room if I gain more volume around my waist. And I used this technique where you pinch the fabric, not on the sides, but basically on the front, on left and right sides, and on the back on the left and right sides. And that, I forget what that's called. I'll have to write it down. But that basically helped shape the waist a little bit. Then for the hip situation, to make that fabric wider, I created goddets, I believe 6 of them, 2 in the front and 4 in the back, I believe. And basically that is a triangle of extra fabric that makes the skirt flare out only a little bit, and that provided just a few more inches to my waist to just make it feel better. To me, just consciously, I knew that the skirt was not gonna accidentally pop open, or that it would look funny. And that way I also used the fabric that I had on that big sash at waist. Then to tie it all together, at the bottom of the skirt and at the sleeves, I finished with the same grain, just truly to tie it together so that the gaudets and the waist sash made more sense. I considered doing something with the collar, but then I decided not to. And I think that was the best decision. I ended up using that dress 2 days in a row, Christmas Eve and the day before Christmas, with this gingerbread sweater on top that I made with some of the same colors. The fabric itself has a little golden thread, a lot of white, some green, some dark blue, and some red. And so I made the gingerbread sweater with the red and the green, so that it's just generally a Christmas sweater, but that I could also wear it on top, knowing that this dress, I will mostly probably only wear it for Christmas or around, you know, that time of year. Both because of the tartan fabric, that is just, you know, a fall winter fabric, but also the Christmas vibe that the colors provide. And I knew that neither in Tennessee nor in Portugal am I going to ever be so hot that I would ever wear it by itself. And so I needed a layer. Yeah, and that's it. I could have gone with something else. I could have done a layer that was closer to the Royal Pullover Royale. I can't remember exactly what the name of that one is. But I've done it before in green, so I think I could wear it. But I can't recall if the green matches or would be different enough that would not make sense from the fabric that I picked to add stuff to the dress. Anyway, I hope that these explanations make sense to you. I do not know a lot about sewing. This was, I would say, my biggest adventure. I really wanted to make sure that I was altering the dress so that I could wear it. Otherwise, I would not have made so many profound changes to a gift. And also, I forgot how I started that sentence again. Polish. But basically, that's the reason why I did all the changes to the sweater. I wanted to make sure that I was able to comfortably and confidently wear this dress that my brother gifted to me. Because otherwise, I might not have worn it. It was just not a super good fit, even though I really liked the idea of it. I really liked the fabric of it. But it just did not fit well. Anyway, I am truly really happy with the dress now. And I plan on wearing it a lot more. And now I have the flexibility to do that, which is, I think, what matters. And this concludes the Vlogmas. It is now past Christmas. I know some places keep celebrating until January 6th, but that's just not me. Although I will be casting on, you know, a red sweater, a really pretty other like wintry outfits. But yes, now I don't have the stress to, am I going to finish the dress on time? Am I going to finish the sweater on time? Can I finish a hat on time? Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed all 3 videos. And I guess I will see you in the new year. Bye.